Thanks for tuning into the market wrap. It's the fourth straight day of losses that we've seen for our markets, and today was particularly severe, I thought, because if you just look at how the indices came off in the second half of trade, it was pretty steep, if you will. So nearly 2% post-closing might have been slightly different, but nearly 2% gash for the indices today. And the broader markets too, I thought the breadth wasn't the most optimistic. But let's highlight what's moved and what's not. And you will see that, yes, Tata Motors had some gains, and Nickey would be joining in and talking more about this, results and brokerages, etc. But on a 1.5% downtick day, Tata Motors inched up and ended about 8% higher. There's some gains for Tata Steel, Titan, so the three Tata names actually doing rather well for themselves. Aside of that, not too much to write home about. What didn't do well, UPL, a sharp reaction post numbers, Kotak Bank, Axis, and and HDFC Life too. By the way, it's ushering into the index hasn't been particularly great, but all the banking names and private banking stocks came off. There's a lot of talk about Axis in particular, seeing some supply. So let's wait and watch if that happens. At the broader end of the spectrum too, you will see that, by the way, Reliance didn't participate. So that's the other thing. At the broader end of the spectrum too, you would see that financials had a slightly iffy afternoon today. Not surprising, some NBFCs came off, etc. And there were individual movers which did, pretty well. The API team, the back-end manufacturing, etc., India, Intermesh, etc. But if you just look at the Nifty 500 and the set of names that moved, so Amber up 16%. It's finally playing catch up to what Dixon has done all through the last few days. So 16 strong percentage points higher. Some strength, as I said, in a bunch of these pharma and pharma-related names. So Advanced Enzyme is not strictly pharma, but it's got a flavor. Bliss GBS, Eris. So suddenly that smaller name in the pharma pack to Wokhar is out there participating. Granules did well. Solara after the numbers did well. So small cap pharma had an exceptional outing today. But what didn't do well was Bandhan Bank after the QIP. IFL Wealth corrected today. Apollo Hospitals had a large block and that corrected today. And Blue Dart Express. Courier companies will be doing whatever they are, but this one too came off. So a bunch of these stocks came off. And if you're wondering what are the reasons why some of the stocks came off, or the top 3 or 4 names came off, Nickey Johnson, and let me ask her about what she thought of this 3 or 4 top movers and why is it that they fell. Nickey, good afternoon. What did you see in these names? Why did they correct?
Sure. I'm going to pick up first name that have actually done well, Niraj. I'm going to start off with Tata Motors. Of course, we know that the company has a good set of numbers out there, and GLR performance clearly was the highlight. Essential part is that the company said that it's going to be continuing to outperform on the balance sheet as well as cost control measures. Along with that, it remains fairly positive on JLR's upcoming product pipeline. So a good run, 8.5% uptake there. In fact, to which you saw all of the Tata Group stocks reacting to this. Also, probably Tata Steel, Titan Limited also were the top gainers on Nifty today. Laurus Lab, a good set of numbers which were reported on Friday by the company. 18% uptake that we saw on a Friday, and today we saw another 8% uptake there on the screen for Laurus Lab, which is an API theme which is playing out pretty well. So all these other API players also like Divi's, Granules, Hikal, Solara, all of them did well in trade today. On the downside, Niraj, we have UPL Limited, where we saw a knock of around 5.5% to 6% in trade today. Revenue missed an estimate. Debt was clearly a concern. Yet most of the analysts continue to have a buy rating on the counter, and they estimate the company to benefit from the merger with Astra Life Sciences. Also, we're looking at Bandhan Bank. Of course, there was a block deal which happened early in trade today. We saw 8.5%, 9% gone in early trade for Bandhan Bank. The promoter was bringing down the stake as per SEBI's regulatory requirements. But then this was offloaded at a price of around 10% discount to Friday's market price in reaction to which you also saw this correction in trade today.
Not for Nickey for tomorrow. Nickey, what are you watching out for tomorrow?
Sure. Since Dixon will be an interesting one, because obviously Amber has, rallied quite significantly today. So Dixon is one which is on my list. Hikal, where API theme has been playing out. So we'd like to keep an eye out on that one as well. Gujarat Gas and Godrej Consumer Products. These are going to be 2 other names which will be coming out with numbers in tomorrow's trade. No Nifty company would be reporting numbers tomorrow, but for the week, you have HPCL, which will be reporting the numbers on August 6th. and Cipla and M&M, which will be coming out with numbers on August 7th.
Okay, so that's an interesting list, Nickey. Thanks so much for that. So that's an interesting list of names, right? Which will be coming out with numbers tomorrow, and we'll be watching out for all of those. Keep in mind, later this week we also have the RBI monetary policy, so that's something that all of us should also be keeping one keen eye out for this week. And let's see what the RBI decision brings about. But net, not the best of days for the markets. Let's see if after 4 down days, do we have some bit of semblance of sanity here or no. So from Nickey and myself and everybody's put this segment together. Thanks so much for watching the market wrap. And of course, tune in tomorrow to BloombergQuint for all the market action.